I'm Brian Bender, and let's queer up business. LGBTQ plus groups warn Meta Smartglasses facial recognition could threaten privacy and safety. A coalition of more than 70 activist groups is urging Meta to halt plans for a facial recognition feature on its AI-powered Ray-Ban smartglasses, warning it could enable stalking, endanger LGBTQ plus people, and silence abuse victims. The proposed name tag feature would allow users to identify individuals in their field of view by pulling up personal information. One version limits identification to existing Meta connections, while another could identify anyone with a public account across Meta platforms. Advocacy groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, the Electronic Privacy Information Center, Fight for the Future, UltraViolet, and Old Dykes against Billionaire tech bros, argue the technology could be misused by stalkers, abusers, and even federal agents. In a letter to Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, the coalition said, "The feature offers no meaningful way for individuals to opt out." The groups are also calling on Meta to disclose any past misuse of its wearable technology and detail any discussions with law enforcement agencies. Researchers cited by the coalition shows that LGBTQ plus individuals face heightened risk in public spaces, raising concerns that such technology could further erode privacy and safety. No duh. That's like having an electronic name tag on you. Right. I mean, at first when we were reviewing our stories for the night, I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I don't have a really great memory for maybe if I've met somebody before. So to have my glasses tell me, you know, you're friends with them on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, it makes sense. But I would definitely think twice about posting anything on a public forum or making my account public if you absolutely don't need to, right. Because sooner or later, it doesn't matter if what was it, Old Dykes against Billionaire tech bros. I love that. I love that. I just wanted to say that again, actually.
I'm joining.
Yeah, so those Old Dykes, you know, they have a point, but I do have to say, Facebook and Meta and Instagram, they do what they want to do anyway, so it doesn't matter, I believe, what hullabaloo, you know, the ladies are going to be kicking up. We're going to have this technology sooner or later, so I just want to say protect your safety, do what you think is appropriate for you and your loved ones.
Well, I personally have a public Facebook profile. It's not set to private because I do a lot of public things, but you know, I don't want any Joe Schmo on the street knowing all about me. And, you know, my niece has these glasses and it will identify her Facebook friends. Wow. So, and she's like, well, it's pretty cool. It's my Facebook friends. And I'm like, well, if it's your friend, that's one thing. If it's some, you know, random person on Facebook, that's a completely different story.
If it's your friend, why do you need to know their name? You know their name.
Oh, well, that's a good
I sometimes, what's your name again?
I'm just, I am furious and terrified on behalf of all young women everywhere.
Oh my gosh,
I'm not just furious and terrified for myself. I'm thinking about women's safety, period.
Absolutely.
Well, leave it to evil genius Zuckerberg and his meta minions to come up with the dangerous name tag feature. I mean, it's not surprising.
Horrible.
He's unstoppable.
And it's too late for most of us to just drop completely offline.
Or on social media, of course.
For most people, it's too late to even try.
I think the argument that could be made and will probably be made by, you know, the people that are for this name tag feature is just like when people say, I don't consent to being recorded in a public place. It's like you don't consent to being recorded, well then you don't step out of your house.
Right,
because if you're in a public space, you've consented to being recorded.
That you're going to be identified by name and personal information when you step out of your house.
That's the difference. I think that's going to be the court case. I think that's what they're going to argue.
I'm sorry, but if I was a young woman...
Of course. Well, it's not
the old Dykes, that's fine, but we need the young women to talk against this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's not safe for them.
You know? There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.